Where's your 15 sous?
I get it free.
And why?
His Majesty's household cavalry.
You.
I don't pay either.
Now look here.
You look! I'm a musketeer.
10 minutes before curtain up, the floor is ours.
Then what are we waiting for?
Here! See what I've got?
Champagne.
Cards, dice, Switzerland meat.
It was nice of you to come before they light up, dear.
Touche.
Oh, one club.
Give us a kiss.
They can see.
No danger.
Oh,
May as well get a snack in.
Come on, son, this way.
What's this place called, then?
The Theatre Bergerac.
That's a good idea.
Good think this was Rat's Alley. Drunkards, gamblers.
Give us a kiss.
God in heaven, playing cards where they play cornet. Son, look the other way.
All right, you pages, cut that out.
Just flexious, monsieur. What are they going to play tonight?
Lorries.
Don't cut the lace too close. The important factor is lightness of touch.
With some very famous actors.
I was here for the premiere of the Cid.
Watches.
You'll see Montfleury.
Light! Light!
La Beaupré. Chaudelet.
Cider, raspberry cordial, oranges.
Make way there.
Brown marquises in the pit.
Animals, microbes, scum. It's positively obscene, really, to come in early like this with the shopkeepers. Why, there aren't even any feet to tread on. Ah, Versailles, Queenie.
Good idea. We're here with the devout before even the candles are lit.
It puts me out of temper a bit, though. Not at all the thing.
Don't pout. The lights are coming on.
Ah, Lanier.
Not under the table yet? May I present the Baron de Neuvillette?
That head. Charming.
Monsieur de Quiggy de Brissailles. Enchanté.
Pretty enough, but not very fashionable. Pity.
The Baron only recently came from Touraine.
I've been staying here in Paris rather less than 3 weeks. Tomorrow I join the Guards.
Lemonade, oranges.
Quite a crowd here, eh?
Indeed.
The bon ton.
Cornet has come from Rouen.
Ah, here they come, our précieux.
What are those?
Beautiful blue stockings.
There she goes, Bartenoid. And there is Felixery.
You rimedo, casador.
To me, they sound like high-class diseases.
Exquisite pseudonyms.
You know them all. I admit to trying to know them all.
Christian, I came here to help you if I could. It's pretty clear that the lady isn't coming. I'll be on my way. I've some serious drinking ahead of me.
No, stay.
Lemonade, macarons.
I must know who she is. Wait till she comes. She's bound to come.
Oh, no. Thirst waits for no one. Sorry. I must go. I have the whole of Paris to swim through.
Orangeade,
Oh, God.
milk, muscadel.
I'll wait a little longer. Ragano! This is a man you really have to know. The Prince of Pastry Cooks.
Monsieur Lanier, have you seen Monsieur Cyrano anywhere?
Cake maker to actors and poets.
Oh, really now?
Quiet, you patron of the tarts.
Arts.
He's a talented poet himself.
Well, some have said it.
He's mad, cracked, crazy about the art.
It's true that for an ode...
You pay a tart.
Oh, say a tartlet.
And a sonnet?
Oh, perhaps a roll.
You like the drama?
It burns up my soul.
Say cooks, not burns. Buns, gatto, and such. Buy him his theatre ticket. Tell us how much it cost you to come this evening.
4 fruit flans and 15 cream buns. Where's Cyrano?
That man's not much of a theatre goer.
Oh, but he's got to be here.
Got to be why?
Well, surely you know. He warned Montfleury on pain of his displeasure to keep off the stage for a month.
Well, and so?
Montfleury plays tonight!
But there's his friend Lebray. He'll tell you anything you want to know.
Lebray!
You look as though you're looking for Cyrano.
Yeah, I'm worried. Really worried.
Yes, quite so. What an extraordinary man he is.
Ah, an exquisite being. One of the world's prodigies.
Poet.
Fighter.
Physician.
Musician.
Ah, his appearance, though. Isn't that truly bizarre?
Bizarre. Excessive. Hyperbolic. Droll. With his triple waving plume. His visible soul. 6 slashes in his doublet and his cloak. which the flashing scabbard hoists at the back to make it like the tail of a barnyard cock. That is Cyrano de Bergerac! Insolent, Gascony proud he goes, flaunting that punchinello strawberry nose of his, gentleman, a nose that makes you feel like squealing, oh my God, it can't be real. It must be detachable, I'm prepared to bet. But Cyrano's never been known to detach it yet.
Bravo! But he doesn't seem to be coming.
Oh, yes, he is. Coming? Yes, I know. I'm prepared to bet. A poulet ragout.
No, look at her. How unbearably beautiful.
Strawberry mouth in peach flesh.
So fresh, so cool. She'd give one cardiac rheumatism.
Ah, so that's the one.
Yes. Yes, tell me who, my knees are knocking.
Madeleine Robin, but called Roxane.
Roxane.
Delicately reared, bookish.
Bookish? Oh, no.
Still single, an orphan. Cousin to the Cyrano we were talking about just now.
Who's that with her?
That's the Comte de Guiche, complete with cordon bleu. Totally smitten with her, but irreparably wed to the niece of none other than Cardinal Richelieu. Since he can't marry Roxane, proposes to hitch her instead to a certain unpleasant Viscount. Monseigneur de Valvert. The Viscount is complacent, so de Guiche will push in there, if you catch my meaning. Ah, well, that's de Guiche, the swine.
Keeps quite a court, de Guiche.
Another one of these Gascon, supple, cold, able. No doubt about it, Marquis, they get on. Shall we pay our respects?
I wrote a song about him, showing up his piggish Machiavellianisms. I'll sing it.
No, I'm going.
Listen, this is how it ends. The bite of that aristocrat, like that of any sewer rat, infects the gut with such a glut of venom in the groin or gut that so they tell the victims yell, not from the pain but from the smell.
Such lovely ribbons these, sir. What is this color called? Kiss me, my dear, or a startled fall?
Sick Spaniard. Ah, that colour tells no lie. Thanks to your lordship's valor, the Spanish force in Flanders, so we hear, will soon be very steady.
Yes, I must take my place up there. Coming.
Coming, Valvert?
Leave me. I've got to get to him.
Who?
This Viscount of Valvert.
Idiot.
See, she's looking at you.
Oh, by heaven. It's true.
So me and my thirst will be the ones to go.
Oh, no, Cyrano.
I can't understand it.
Perhaps he hasn't seen the playbill.
Quite a crush here tonight. We're practically in one another's pockets. I was looking for a glove, and you found a hand instead. Let me go, and I'll let you into a secret. What? That Lanier, him was just left. He's not got more than an hour to live. He wrote a song attacking one of these gentlemen who's sending along 100 men. I'm one of them, that's how I know, you see.
Where will they be?
Portonel. It's on his way home. We better get a message to him.
How am I going to find him?
Start off now. Try all the public houses. Try the lot. Look, jot down a message. Quick, though. Soon he'll not be able to read.
Cowards. 100 men against one poet. Oh, to have to leave just when I found her. Him, her, she, he. But Lanier comes first. Where the hell will he be?
The candles are lit. A chair!
Quiet, everyone.
Why the silence?
The Cardinal.
No Cyrano.
Very odd. I've lost my bet.
Thank God.
Far from the court and city. Ah, how good to breathe the incense of the verdant wood. Cool, harmonious breezes seem to say,
Ha! Fool! I ordered you to stay away.
It's him.
God help us all.
Balloon, baboon, buffoon. For the space of one revolving moon, I ordered you to rest. You hesitate? Get off that stage! Don't
far from the court and city. Ah, how
good! You see this stick, you clown? I'll plant a wood, splinter by splinter, all over your rich terrain.
far from the sword and kitty.
Yet again you hesitate? I'm going to lose my temper!
Please help me, gentlemen.
Carry on acting.
Not for 4 more weeks. One word more and I lambast his shivering cheeks, all 4 of them.
This is too much.
Discontinue, rather! Unless he needs disemboweling and his jowls cut off. Off! Off! You offal! Lug your guts away, Salami! Very well then, stay, and I'll remove you slice by slice.
Monsieur, in insulting me, you insult the tragic muse.
If the tragic muse had the dubious honor, fat sir, of your acquaintance, she would not abuse her pious duty. Seeing the blubber ooze into your collar and your belly round as a cock, she'd kick your arsehole with her tragic sock.
Where's your authority? You go away. We, the majority, have paid for a play.
If I hear this scuttle song once more, there'll be a one-man massacre.
You're Samson, eh?
Lend me your jawbone, sir. You'll soon see. I herewith issue one collective challenge. How about you? Or you, come on. Who'll be the first to breathe his last? Raise your right hands, all those who wish to die. No? Good. I want something desperately simple to see the stage rid of this hemorrhoid, goiter, abscess, tumour. And if the flux won't go of its own free will, well then, the lancet. Buffoon, are you there still? I'll clap my hands 3 times, you moon of a man. Eclipse yourself on the 3rd clap. Ready? 1.
Don't leave! It seems to me.
2.
On mature consideration.
3.
Of muttonheads.
Let's have no bravos. The distinguished thespian
thespian whose paunch you love so much has had to go.
He's scared.
Be charitable. Say he's, indisposed.
How about all the cash we've got to give back?
Belrose is in the right, yes. Money matters. Let it not be said that Bergerac wished to see Thespis' robe grow full of tatters. There.
If you'll guarantee a sack of loot like this, we're ready to guarantee to let you shut the theatre every night.
All right. Let's clear the hall.
This is mad! Yes, mad! That very famous actor has His Grace the Duke of Candale as protector. Do you have a patron? No. No patron? No. No patron to protect you with his knife?
That's 3 times a no. I protected just the same. This is my patroness.
Well, you'll have to go. You can't stay here in Paris.
Really?
Well, good God, man, the Duke! Don't you know how long an arm the Duke possesses?
Less long than mine.
Do you honestly think you're able to do him harm?
It's possible. As for you, please turn your toes the other way.
Hey?
Turn your toes and walk. Or tell me why you're looking at my nose.
Really, sir?
Unusual, is that it? Come on, talker. Tell me all about it.
Really, sir, I try not to look at your nose, really.
Why? Does it disgust you?
No. No, not at all.
Too big, is that it? Oversized.
It's small. Terribly small. It's minute. Minuscule.
Compound your insolence with ridicule, would you? My nose is small, eh? Small.
Oh, God.
My nose, sir, is enormous! Ignorant clod! Cretinous moron! A man ought to be proud. Yes, proud of having so proud an appendix of bone and flesh to crown his countenance, provided a great nose may be an index of a great soul. Affable, kind, endowed with wit and liberality and courage and courtesy, like mine, you rat-brained dunce! And not like yours, a vat of rancid porridge. As for your wretched mind, all it shows is lack of fire, spunk, spark of genius, pride, lack of the lyrical and picturesque, lack, in brief, of nose. To fist such nothingness would be grotesque. So take a boot instead on your backside.
He's a bit of a bore.
A braggart.
Who's it to be, gentlemen?
In very bad taste. Only a pig of a plebeian would sprout a snout like that.
May I leave it to...
Yes. You can leave it to me. That thing of yours is big, what? Very big.
Precisely what I was saying. Nothing more? Just a fatuous smirk? Oh, come, there are 50 score varieties of comment you could find if you possessed a modicum of mind. For instance, there's the frank, aggressive kind. If mine achieved that hypertrophic state, I'd call a surgeon in to amputate. The friendly, it must dip into your cup. You need a nasal crane to hoist it up. The pure descriptive, from its size and shape, I'd say it was a rock, a bluff, a cape. A cape? No, a peninsula. How picturesque. Curious. What's that? A writing desk? Gracious. Are you fond of birds? How sweet. A Gothic perch to rest their tiny feet. Truculent. You a smoker? I suppose the fumes must gush out fiercely from that nose and people think a chimney is on fire. Consider it. It will drag you in the mire, head first. The weight that's concentrated there. Walk carefully. The tender-hearted swear they'll have a miniature umbrella made to keep the rain off, or for summer shade. Then comes the pedant. Let me see it, please. That mythic beast of Aristophanes, the hippocampocamel elephant, had flesh and bone, like that, stuck up in front.
Insolent! Quite a useful gadget, that. You hold it high and then hang up your hat. Emphatic! No fierce wind from near or far, save the Mistral, could give that nose catarrh. Impressed! What a sign for a perfumery. Dramatic when it bleeds. It's the Red Sea! Lyric. Triton, rising from the waters, honking his wreathed conch at Neptune's daughters. Naive. How much to view the monument? Speculative. Tell me, what's the rent for each or both of those unfurnished flats? Rustic. No, George, no. That be no nose. Why, that's a giant turnip or a midget marrow. I'll dig it up. You face the wheelbarrow. Warlike, training on the cavalry. Practical, but that's in a lottery for noses, and it's bound to win first prize. And finally, with tragic cries and sighs, the language finally wrought and deeply felt. Oh, that this too solid nose would melt. That is the sort of thing you could have said. If you, Sir Moron, were a man of letters, or had an ounce of spunk inside your head. You've no letters, have you? Save the 3 required for self-description. S-O-T. You have to leave my worsting to your betters. Or, better, who can best you, meaning me. But be quite sure, you lesser-feathered tit, even if you possess the words and wit, I'd never let you get away with it.
Come away, Viscount. Leave him.
Arrogant, base, non-entity. Without even a pair of gloves to his name. Let alone the ribbons and lace and pom-poms that a man of breeding loves.
Sir, I am one of those who wear their elegance within. To strut around and dance and prance, got out like a dog's dinner, that's not me. When I walk out, I like to be quite sure I smell of nothing but scrubbed liberty and polished independence. You will see my soul a ramrod, as if corseted. And as for ribbons, all I ever did, brave and adventurous, flutters from my clothes. With spirits high, twirled like mustachios, among the false and mean, I walk about. And as for spurs, I let the truth clash out.
Cad, villain, clod, flat-footed, bloody fool!
And I'm Cyrano, Savignon, Hercule de Bergerac.
Bravo. There.
Would you be terribly bored if I composed a poem?
Poet, eh?
My lord, I'll improvise a ballade.
A ballade?
Oh, sorry, my lord, to baffle you with hard technical expressions. I'll explain. 3 8-line stanzas and then 1 quatrain. The quatrain's called an au revoir. I propose to fight, and at the same time to compose a ballade of strict classical design, and then to kill you on the final line.
Oh, no.
No? Ballad of a fencing bout between de Bergerac and a foppish lout.
Well, when you finished your doggerel recital...
That was no doggerel. That was the title. Wait! Let me choose my rhymes. Io. Good. Ready? I bare my head from crown to nape. Then slowly, leisurely reveal the fighting trim beneath my cape. Then finally, I strip my steel. A thoroughbred from head to heel. Disdainful of the rain or bit, tonight I power a lyric wheel, but when the poem ends, I hit. Come and be burst, you purple grape. Spurt out the juice beneath your peel. And so, you revelate the facts your phonerones conceal. Let's ring your bells. Bong, 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 bong. A pretty feel. Is that a fly? I'll see to it. Soon you'll feel your blood congeal. The poem ends. I hit. I need a rhyme to hold the shape. Gape the fish. I'm going to wind the reel. My rod is lusting for its rape. The sharp tooth slavers for its meal. There, let it strike. Ha! Did you feel it bite? Not yet! The vulture until the closing of the deal. The poem ends, and then I hit. Au revoir. Prince, drop your weapon. Humbly kneel. Seek grace from God in requisite repentance. Now, I stamp the seal. The poem ended, and I hit.
I would be more than glad if you'd accept the homage of one who knows style when he sees it. Oh, well done.
Who is that gentleman?
D'Artagnan.
What? Come on, let's talk. No, wait till the mob day's done. Can we stay here a while? Of course you can.
No, Fleury! Oh, he's being booted and hooted out of town. More Fleury!
Tragic stilts to running sandals. Sick Francis. Now lock up, but don't douse all the candles. We're rehearsing a farce in a quarter of an hour or so. First, though, dinner.
Yeah.
Will you be dining?
Me, no.
And why not?
No money.
I see. Every sou you'd got.
Gosh, shall we say one glorious day of life for a month's pay?
And how will you live the month out?
I don't know.
Well, what a stupid action.
What a glorious gesture, though.
Pardon, sir. I couldn't help but hear. Please have something.
My dear, the pride of a Gascon, you must understand, forbids my taking from your lily hand the tiniest morsel. Yeah, but rather than rebuff such kindness, just a grape. One is enough. A glass of water, half a biscuit.
This is stupid.
Something more.
Yeah. Your hand to kiss.
Thank you, sir. Good night.
Ragnall. Well, now we're able to talk at last. Dinner is on the table. Main course, drink, dessert. Strangely, I find I've quite an appetite. What's on your mind?
Listen. Those jingling fops with their bellicose airs are beginning to twist and torture your ideas. Just ask anyone of sense what they think of these carryings on.
Delicious.
The Cardinal!
He was there!
Richelieu is banifying that sort of thing.
Yes, sir.
Have some sense!
He's an author himself! He won't rage to see somebody else's play kicked off the stage.
Don't you understand? Your enemies are multiplying.
The latest figure is...
Excluding women, 48 by my count.
Delightful.
This life of yours, where will it lead to? What system is it based on?
Bumbling through an aimless complication. That was my old way. But now...
What?
I've decided to take the simplest approach to life of all. Simplest and best. Best is the word. I've decided to excel in everything.
Well, let that pass. Now tell me, please, the thing that I really want to know. Your true reason. True, mind, for this enmity for Montfleury.
And that paunch! That Moor! Too fat to scratch his navel with his paw, believes he's a sweet danger to the ladies. Why, even when mouthing tragedy, he's made his frog's eyes into sheep's eyes of fat lust. I've seen him, and I've choked down my disgust. Until one night, one victim that he chose. Oh, a slug, slithering over a white rose. One lady.
Yes?
I was in love with. No, God knows I am in love with.
But you never said one word. How could anyone know?
That ain't love, absurd, isn't it? This nose precedes me everywhere, a quarter of an hour in front, to say, beware, don't love Cyrano, to even the ugliest. And now Cyrano has to love the best, the brightest, bravest, wittiest, the most beautiful.
Who is this woman?
She's a mortal danger, without knowing it. Undreamed of in her own dreams, exquisite. A rose-leaf ambush where love lurks to seize the unwary heart. The unwary eye that sees her smile, sees pearled perfection. She can knit grace from a twine of air. The heavens sit in every gesture. Of divinities, she's most divine. Oh, Venus, amorous queen, you've never stepped into your shell. Diane, you never glided through the summer's green. As she steps into her chair, and then is seen gliding through dirty Paris.
There's no ban on uttering her name.
It rhymes.
Roxanne!
Absurd!
This is the finest news I ever heard. Wonderful! You love her? Tell her you love her. The time's most opportune. Tonight you're covered in glory in her eyes.
This gross protuberance.
Oh,
look at it! And tell me what exuberance of hope can swell the rest of me. I'm under no illusion. Oh, sometimes, bemused by the wonder of a blue evening, a garden of lilac and rose, letting this wretched devil of a nose breathe in the perfume, I follow with my eye under that silver glory in the sky some woman on the arm of a cavalier, and dream that I too could be strolling there with such a girl on my arm under the moon. My heart lifts. I forget my curse. But soon, suddenly I see what shatters it all. My profile shadowed on the garden wall. My friend, why should Providence allot such ugliness, such loneliness?
I saw Roxanne's fair face tonight. That skill, that courage, it ravished her. You're halfway there. Now, dare to speak.
Monsieur, there's someone here who'd like a word with you.
My God!
It's a chaperone.
Excuse me. I have a message. The lady says she'd be glad if her brave cousin, as she puts it, would be good enough to meet her in private, as she puts it.
She wants to meet me?
She has something to say to you, she says to me. Now, she's going to early mass tomorrow. At dawn, that is. Cyrano, she wants to know where she can see you afterwards.
Oh, my God.
Where?
Yeah, I'm thinking, where? Where? Yeah, the shop of Monsieur Ragueneau, pastry cook.
Where?
At the shop of Monsieur Ragueneau. Oh, my God. The Rue Saint-Honoré.
7 o'clock. She'll be there. I'll be with her.
I'll be there.
Oh, that's right. You'll be there. Till then. Good night.
Me? She wants to see me!
So it's goodbye to misery.
Whatever she wants, it means that I at least exist for her.
And now, an accession of cards.
With 10 hearts beating within, each arm as muscular as 20! My arteries filled with thunder, lightning's jagging through my blood! I need an army ripe for my defiance! So take over your dwarfs! Bring on your giants!
Be quiet up there, we're rehearsing.
And we're off!
Cyrano!
What the devil?
Devil enough, this one here.
Yeah, how'd he come to get in this state?
Looking for you. He daren't go home.
I daren't. This warning note. 100 men, because of a song I wrote, go to get me when I go through the Porte de Nail on my way home. Let me stay in your house. 100 men, go to get me.
100 men. Tonight you lay your head on your own pillow.
But I
I'll
can't.
turn down your bed myself, I swear it. Now get up off your knees, take that lantern. You, the witnesses of what I intend to do, come too, but please keep a safe distance.
You're going to fight 100 men?
Certainly. Tonight, less than 100 will be far too few.
Why protect
Yeah, I expected you, Captain, to raise objections.
this drunken sot?
This drunken sot! This claret butt! This pot of mountain dew once did a thing as pretty as ever I saw. It happened here in the city. Mass had just ended. He saw a girl he loved dip in the holy water font. He shoved his whole head in and drank the blessed lot.
Lovely thing to do.
Was it not, sot?
For 100 men against one poor poet? Why?
Let's march! I make for the enemy. Don't help, no matter what the danger.
I must come and see.
Why not all of you? Make with mad and motley charm a blend of Italian farce and Spanish drama. Bring silver music, so the heavy scene both thuds and jingles like a tambourine. Officers first, ladies next. Got some 20 paces in the van. I come alone, save for this triple waving plume, this proud panache. Nobody must presume to aid me in the fight. My fight, my war. 1, 2, 3. Doorman, open up the door. Swimming through nocturnal mist. The rooftops draped in azure, shyly kissed by an uncertain moon. Proscenium all dressed and ready for the scene to come. Below, threading the fog, a silver skein, or like a magic mirror breathes the same, trembling, compact of myth and mystery. You're going to see now what you're going to see! To the Port de Nail! Why do 5 score enemies seek to stick 5 score daggers in the back of one poor poet? Answer. Because they know this poor defenseless rhymer is a friend of Cyrano!
Fruit flan. Terrine of beef.
Smelling hot fat. My frigid muse.
Pork pâté.
Tarts. Departs. Smelling hot fat. My frigid muse departs. Yes, it will. Dawn is silvering each casserole. So lock the god of poetry in your soul. The hour of the lute will come again, we know. But now the ovens beckon Ragueneau. These lumps of pastry are badly placed. You need to fix the caesura here, in between the hemisticks. This palace of pastry needs a cupola. You alternate the modest fowl and the proud turkey, like the long verse and the short. Thus you compose upon the spit a sort of Browning stanza, a roast symmetry. Ah!
How do you like it, sir?
A liar. You thought of me.
Brioche. The strings are a little
Brittle.
sugar.
At last, a synthesis of pastry and poetry. Here, drink this. Here's the mistress. Hide the bottle, quick. What do you think of this thing, my dear?
Ridiculous.
Ah, good. Paper bags, good. God, woman. This is poetry. How could you desecrate, dismember my friend's verses?
A dirty lot, all ragged shirts and pants.
Blasphemy! Sacrilege! Oh, this much worse is the backhand's ripping Orpheus again.
What else are those scribbles fit for, then? I found a use for them. It's only proper.
Ant! Insult not the divine grasshopper.
Before you met them, you never called me ants and backhands.
Yes! But to do that with those... It makes me wonder what you do with prose. Yes, my pretties?
3 pies, please.
How about these? Hot and brown.
Please, will you wrap them, please?
Good heavens. My poet's poems. See, this is Penelope's epistle to Ulysses. Not that. The god Apollo, blonde and bright. No, not that either.
Don't keep the customers waiting.
Sonnet to Phyllis. Sacrilege. No, all right then.
It's nice you've made your mind up.
Here, give it me, and I'll give you 6 pies instead of 3. Ah, glorious Phyllis. Oh, what an inglorious shame. Some cooking fat has smeared that lovely name. Ah!
What time is it?
6 o'clock.
Oh, another hour.
Congratulations, I saw it all. Such skill, such power.
So what all?
Your duel in rhyme.
He talks about it all the blessed time.
Oh, then.
The poem ended, and I hit. Such a synthesis of steel and style. Such tricks, such tropes.
The time?
1 minute past 6. Rhyme and rapier. Wonderful. The poem ended, and I hit.
Your hand. And where and when did you get that?
It's nothing, it's just a scratch.
No more than a scratch.
No more.
Patch it, get a bit of oil.
Never mind. Listen, I have an appointment here soon. Leave us alone, will you?
But I can't. You see, my poets are due.
That's right, for their first meal of the day.
When I give you the signal, get them away. The time?
6 and 90 seconds.
Have you a pen?
Try this. It once belonged to a turkey hen.
Morning.
What is that? A sort of friend of my wife's, and rather fierce, so he tells me.
Right. The time?
2 minutes past 6.
Of all I have within of words, just one. Oh, let's begin. Love letter written 100 times in my heart.
Here come the mudlarks.
Lord of the heavenly roast, how good the air smells in thy dwelling.
Phoebus of the Flans.
Apollo of the poulet.
Oh, they make a man's heart lift on very entrance.
Sorry to be late. We got held up by the crowd at the Porte de Nail.
Villainous-looking corpses laid head to tail. Of villainous-looking ruffians, I counted 8.
8? I made it 7.
Do you happen to know who the hero of this massacre happened to be?
Me? No.
He split from the nave to the chaps, some 8 or 7, and sent off 93 screaming like cats.
Do you know?
Perhaps. Je vous aime.
Guts, brains, swords, pikes.
Aux yeux.
Hats and cloaks as far as the cages or fame.
He must have been the devil himself.
Olé,
A
boy.
giant, a monster, without one particle of
Fear makes me tremble when I look at you.
Written any poems lately, Ragueneau?
No signature. End has begin with love.
As a matter of fact, yes. I have done this little thing. It's a recipe in verse.
Oh, we're all ears.
Yes, feed us. The Phoebus, flash lyric fire.
For the first time in history, the lyre sustains the poet.
Gentlemen, I'll begin. Recipe for making almond tarts. No. That's just the title. Now the poem starts. Poised on steady legs, first your poet begs several eggs, froth them to a mousse, and then introduce lemon juice, shimmering like silk, aromatic milk of almonds wilk. Next prepare pastry light as air, to coat with care each pretty pastry mold, which sweetly will enfold the liquid gold. Smile, a father fond, wave your fiery wand, bake till blonde, melting mouths and hearts, saliva starts, almond
Milk, almond. Don't you see how they stuff and stuff and stuff?
Oh, yes, I see it well enough, but I don't look. Well, looking might embarrass them, you know. Oh, don't worry about me. I get a double treat. They listen, but better than that, they eat. They need to eat.
You please me, Ragueneau. Madame? Is he laying siege, that musketeer?
No one goes too far with me. All I do is shoot them down with my eyes.
Indeed.
Now you look here.
Your generous-hearted husband happens to be a friend of mine, madame. I will not allow you to riddy-cuckold him.
If you think
I do. A word to the wise, as the saying goes. Or, if your Latin isn't rusty too, verbum sapienti. Or just verb sap!
Give him a slap on his nose.
His nose? His nose?
Gentlemen, let us go inside. It will be less distracting for the muse, that is.
I've got the news. Food first.
Blasphemy.
So hard this letter comes, if I can see the faintest wisp of hope. Madame, a quick word with you.
Two, if you like.
Are you, by way of being a gourmand?
I can do the gourmandizing till I'm sick.
Good. So, I take a bag of heroic couplets and make the subject matter chocolate eclairs.
Oh.
There. Do you like cream puffs?
As long as there's more cream than puff.
Well, it's a puffy-looking poem, 6. As for this, the epic on a lovesick soul. It seems deep enough, I think, for a whole jam roll. There, now, go and commune, madam, with the rising sun. Masticate thoroughly. Don't come back till you're done. May this 1 hour of all the hours be blessed. When you at last remembered I exist and came to tell me. Tell me what?
I must first thank you for last night.
De Guiche.
He proposed that I should marry that fox.
I see. Well, then that's one bad chapter closed. I fought not for my nose, but your bright eyes.
The other thing is, before I dare mention it, I must see in you again the almost brother that you were. When we were children, playing together in the park by the lake.
Can I ever forget the summers you used to spend at Bergerac?
When your swords were bulrushes.
And the golden hair for your doll was corn silk.
Green plums and perpetual playtime.
Puppies and mulberries. Heavens, how I'm taken back.
When my wish was always your command.
Short-skirted Roxane. You used to be Madeleine.
Was I pretty?
You were never exactly plain.
I remember you'd climb a tree and hurt your hand and come running to me, and then I'd play the mother and all gruff and grown up. I'd say, how on earth did you manage? Let me see. Let me see it. Still, at your age, how on earth did you manage?
Playing with the grown-ups. Down by the Porte de Nail.
How many of these grown-ups were there?
Oh, about 100.
100? Out with your story. Come now.
No, out with yours. If it is a story. If you dare tell it yet.
Oh, I do dare. How easily one conjures the scent of the past. I'm breathing it. You and I are home again. So, listen now. I'm in love with someone.
Ah.
Someone who doesn't know, doesn't suspect. At least, not yet. But he will know soon. And he loves me too. But so far from a distance, timidly. Too scared to speak. Give me back your hand. Oh, how hot it is. It's feverish. But I see love trembling on his lip. He's a soldier, like you. More, he's in your regiment. More than that, even. He's in your company. Oh, and such a man. Intelligent, noble, proud, young, brave, beautiful.
Beautiful?
Whatever's the matter?
No, it's nothing. It's my hand.
Anyway, I love him. I've only seen him at the theatre.
You've never met, spoken.
Only with our eyes.
And how do you know?
Well, people talk. In the Place Royale, walking under the lime trees. They talk and I hear.
He's in the Guards, you say. His name?
Baron Christian de Neuvillette.
No, he's not in the Guards.
Oh, yes, he is. As from today.
So soon. So quickly the knife can pierce our hearts.
Monsieur de Bergerac, I've eaten every single one of those tarts.
Good. Now go and read the wrappers, front and back. Dear sweet child, consider you, who love fine words, fine wit, elegance, eloquence. Why, for all you know, the man may be a fool, a savage.
But his curls are the curls of a classical hero.
There's a chance that his brains may be curly, too.
That can't be true. My woman's instincts tell me otherwise.
Its instincts tell the biggest lies. So, you've brought me here to tell me this. Perhaps you'll be good enough to tell me why.
Yesterday, someone said, oh, it frightens me,
Someone said that all your company are Gascons.
Yes, all Gascons. Ah, I see it's a matter of our fiery Gascon pride to rip up any greenhorn from outside who gets inside. Is that what you've heard?
I'm scared for Christian.
Not without cause.
But you, who dared so much last night, well, I thought...
Your Christian shall not be thrown to the lions.
For our friendship's sake, you'll protect him. Defend him. Make a friend of him.
There's nothing greater than friendship.
You promise?
I promise.
And don't let anyone fight duels with him.
God forbid.
Oh, I love you. Oh, but now I have to go. Oh, you'll tell me about last night, won't you, sometime? Oh, and tell him to write. Oh, how I love you.
Yes, yes, very good.
100 men against my boy of the bulrush sword. Oh, and this time you must tell me. We're friends, aren't we?
Yes.
Great friends?
Yeah.
100 men. Such courage.
Oh, I've done better than that since then. Yeah?
Maybe come back in.
Yeah.
Well, so here you are.
Captain!
Our hero. The story has spread far. We've heard all about it, but we want it from you. Come on.
I'd rather not.
Hey there! Hey! Our hero suffering from a crapula. Too much blood.
Let me kiss you! Me too! God, you're all Gascons, gentlemen. What, and all barons, too?
Baronially born, you could build a tower with our coronets, monsieur.
But first you'd have to get them out of port.
Oh, Cyrano! The whole of Paris is here! Delirious crowd behind me, led by the ones you led along last night.
Well, I hope you didn't say where they could find me.
I did, yes! See, carriages, the streets packed tight. How about Roxanne?
Be quiet.
Cyrano! The whole shop's being invaded. They'll smash everything up. Magnificent. My friends! My friends!
Say I never knew I had so many friends.
Success at last!
My dear! Too dear for customers like you.
Monsieur, some ladies in my carriage would like to meet you. Allow me to present...
Yes, sir, please, sir. But first you will present you to me.
What's he thinking?
Will you be quiet?
Some details.
No!
Come now, this is Theophrast Renaudot, inventor of the Gazette.
No!
The message from the Marshal.
Who wishes to convey his own impartial felicitations on last night's drollery?
What's the matter?
Be quiet.
You seem to be suffering.
Suffering? Me? In front of this crowd? Suffering? You'll see.
You're one of these wild Gascons.
That is so. One of these hairy, head-high gentlemen.
One of us!
Hey! These are the famous...
Present them, Cyrano.
The Gascony Cadets. Captain Casteljalous is their chief. Braggers of brags, layers of bets, they are the Gascony Cadets. Barons who scorn mere baronets, their lines are long and tempers brief. They are the Gascony Cadets, with Casteljalous as their chief. They'll lie as cats or marmosets, but never cherish the belief they can be stroked like household pets, or fed on what a lapdog gets. Their heads are fucked up with regrets, because the fabrics come to grief. They are the Gascony Cadets, with Casteljalous as their chief. They scorn the scented handkerchief. They dance no jigs or minuets. They cook their enemies on brochettes. Hot blood is their aperitif. These are the Gascony Cadets, with Casteljalous as their chief. Compact of brain and blood and beef, contracting pregnancies and debts, with equal lack of black regrets, cuckolds, cuckoo, and cry.
Stop these!
Too late! Await the bassinets! Casteljalous there is the chief of these, the Gascony Cadets!
It's coming into the fashion to have a poet in a gentleman's retinue. How'd you like to join mine?
Monsieur, I don't join retinues.
Your performance last night managed to amuse my uncle, Cardinal Richelieu. I could, if you cooperated, do you a bit of good in that direction.
You're Agrippine. Here's your chance to get the thing put on.
When he likes a thing, he pays munificently.
the golden ring of lines of my own writing. When they sing through my brain and bones and blood. That will do for payment.
You're proud.
Yes!
Cyrano! We found these on the streets this morning. Feathers from the fowl you put to flight.
Nicely mounted. Very neat. Ready for the trophy room.
He'll be not too pleased with himself today, the scoundrel who hired these hirelings.
Does anybody know who it was?
It was I. Even upon the low, drunken rhymers, for instance. Chastisement must sometimes be visited.
Cyrano, what should we do with these? Boil them, bake them, there's plenty of fat on them.
Monsieur might like to take them and return them to his friend.
I want my chair, my porter, now. As for you, monsieur. Monsieur, have you ever read Don Quixote?
Read it? I've practically lived it.
Read it again, my friend, and ponder on the windmill chapter.
13.
If you fight with windmills, they will swing their heavy spars and spin you down to the mud.
Or up to the stars!
Monsieur, 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 You've done it again.
Stop growling.
No. To be quite accurate, when a man has achieved an unprecedented ecstasy of excess, you can't say he's done it again.
I did it on principle. Excessivity is not excessive when it's been conceived on principle. My success is due only to excess.
Ah, stop trying to be the Three Musketeers and Don Christ Quixote all rolled into one.
Stop that, I see. And what would you have me do? Seek out a powerful protector, pursue a potent patron, cling like a leeching vine to a tree, crawl my way up, fawn, whine for all that sticky candy called success. No, thank you! Be a sycophant and dish in sickly rhymes a prayer to a moneylender. Play the buffoon, desperate to engender a smirk on a refrigerated jowl. Slake my morning mouth with foul lees and leavings, breakfast of a toad. Wriggle and grovel on the dirty road to advancement and wear the skin of my belly through. Get grimy calluses on my kneecaps. Do a daily dozen to suffer up my spine. No, thank you! When all pride has disappeared, sail stagnant waters with madrigals for oars, the canvas filled with the breath of ancient whores, their unfructified duennas. No, thanks! Shall I start finding true genius only in imbeciles or fashionable oafs? Let out shrill squeals of being neglected by the columnists, live in a fog of fear, grope through the mists of scheming calculation, seek condescension, favour, influence, introduction. No! No! Thank you, no! No, thank you! Let I go free of the filthy world, to sing, to be blessed with a voice, vibrating virility, blessed with an eye, equipped for looking at things as they really are, cocking my hat when I please, and a word, and a yes or a no, fighting or writing, this is the true life, so I go along any road under my moon, careless of glory, indifferent to the boon or bane of fortune. If fate succeed in wresting some small triumph for me, I render nothing unto Caesar, sell no moiety of my merit to the world. I loathe the parasite liana, curled about the oak trunk. I myself am a tree, not high perhaps, not beautiful, but free. My flesh deciduous, but the enduring bone of spirit tough, indifferent and alone.
Alone, yes. Tough, yes, but indifferent, no. An indifferent man, God knows, doesn't go around as you do, making enemies.
You make friends. With all deference, is that gift not rather a canine one? You grin at your big pack of friends, your lips tucked in like a hen's ass. You love new friends. I'm glad to make new enemies.
Oh, this is mad!
Call him a little foible. To displease is my chief pleasure. I love hating. He's my best friend, who's my best enemy. You've no idea how bracing it is to go marching upright against the volley of venom in the sights of the eyes of angry men, among the spit of bile and froth of fear, cooled as by rain by those gentle drops. My dear captain and friend, you're different. Who could hate your guts? You're soft and warm and bland good nature. One of these Italian cowls, comfortable, loose, designed for softening the chin. No other use for anything but an iron collar, full of spikes, made of a spike here by new dislikes. It makes me hold my chin up, walk erect. A Spanish fetter, blessed with the effect of a French halo. Hate is not a prison. Hate is the god of day newly arisen. Hate is the heat that washes through my soul. Hayes is an orchid, jolly Gorhill.
I understand, my friend. Be bitter, proud before your foes or the indifferent crowd. But tell me that she doesn't want so!
No. Cyrano, tell us the story of the Port de Nail.
Presently.
Oh, the story of this combat ought to be a good example for this new one here. This new-pupped, unwiped whelp. This soft-boiled egg that's trickled down from Normandy.
I beg your pardon. Pardon? A word in your ear, Monsieur de Nervalin. There's a subject we're too discreet to mention. What subject? See?
You mean Cyrano's? You violate a ban merely by using the word. Most dangerous.
Just mention anything cartilaginous and... If you want your life's chronicles to be brief, you need do no more than take out your handkerchief. Captain.
Monsieur.
What ought a man to do when Gascons boast too much?
He ought to show that Normans have their share of bombast, too.
Thank you, Captain. That's all I wish to know.
Come on, Cyrano. The story.
Aye, tell us the tale of what really happened at the Port de Nail.
Aye.
All right. My version.
There, then, was the enemy.
Here, then, was I. Marching toward them. Like a great clock in the sky, the moon pulsed out at me. But soon, suddenly I saw pass a cotton wool cloud across it like an angel cleaning its glass. And night fell, equally black on myself and my lurking foes. So black that a man couldn't see even as far as his nose. Who is that man there?
The new man who arrived this morning.
This morning?
This morning. His name is Christian de Neuvillette.
Oh, I see. Oh, where was I?
God knows.
Glorious! A cloud came over the sky. So black that a man couldn't see even as far as his toes. And I marched along, reflecting that to save that base, drunken poetester, I might be spitting in the face of some great man, some prince, well able to have at me right in the nose. Teeth! In the teeth! But still, imprudently, I marched. Why, though, should I stick my finger in that pie? Was Gascon impetuosity a match for Parisian cunning? But could I, a Gascon, ever live down the ignominious running of my legs? So I said to myself, on, son of Gascony, be brave. Do what has to be done. March, Cyrano, march. Then, suddenly, out of the polished thick darkness came the first thrust, and caught me a flick.
On the conch.
I parried and found myself
nose to nose
with 100 Gallican ruffians, from whom such a stink arose
that your nose took fright.
With my head down like a bull-eyed shark.
Nose to belly.
Of St. Thomas Aquinas! Then I released the full flood of my boiling rage. Screams of pain rang out. A sword came sneak, and I responded.
Snap!
Out! Out! Everybody out! Leave me alone with this man! Come to my arms.
Monsieur?
You have courage. I like courage.
I don't think I quite understand.
I'm her brother.
Whose brother?
Hers.
I don't think I quite understand.
Hers!
Oh, my God, her brother!
Near enough.
And she is...
She told me everything, yes.
She loves me.
Perhaps.
I'm overjoyed to make your acquaintance.
This is what they call a change of heart.
Forgive me. Please forgive me.
Yes, you're a handsome devil, no doubt about it.
If you only knew, sir, how much I admire you.
How about all those noses?
I take them back. Every single nostril.
Roxanne expects a letter from you tonight.
Oh, no.
What?
If I write, I ruin everything.
How?
Because I'm such a damned fool.
The damn fools don't call themselves damn fools.
I can find the words when mounting an attack, but I don't know how to mount. Assault. The things to say, I mean, when it comes to a woman, I become paralytic, tongue-tied, speechless, dumb. If only I had the words.
I have the words. If only I had the looks.
She's so exquisite and sensitive. One false word and I blow any illusion she may have sky high.
If only I had someone like you as the interpreter of my dumb music.
If only I had your wit, your eloquence.
Well, why not borrow it? And in return, I'll borrow your good looks. There's promising algebra here. You plus I equals one hero of the storybooks.
I don't think I
So
quite
I
understand.
don't see why I shouldn't give you words to woo her with.
You give me words?
Yeah, call it a sort of lie, if you like, but a lie is a sort of a myth, and a myth is a sort of a truth. No reason why Roxanne should be disillusioned. Let's start a fruitful collaboration.
You frighten me.
What scares you is the thought of the time when she and you are alone, and you cool down her heart with breath unwarmed by words. Well, have no fear. My words will be with you here, glued to your lips. What do you say?
I say what I said at first. I don't think I quite
understand. Now, unsure about my motives. Simple! It's pure art! The finest lines of the dramatist are dead without the actor's partnership. One whole is made from our two halves. Your lips, my soul.
I think I see. To you, it's not much better than a refined amusement. Still, I'm grateful. Oh, God, we have to start at once.
The letter. You mean the letter? Yes, here it is. Complete, except for the address. An exercise in poetic wit. Poets who have no mistress, but their muse often do this. What you must do is use to a solid end these airy nothings. All the more eloquent for being insincere. Provide a dovecot for these aimless doves.
Will these words fit her?
Like a pair of gloves.
Ate, look. The silence. Oh, it's a graveyard. Silence. What in the name of God?
Impossible.
Our devil's changed into a Christian brother. Attack one nostril and he turns the other.
And so at last we can talk about his nose.
Here, Liz, come here. Watch this.
What a smell. Wine. Some rare vintage. You with that sort of carrot, or should we call it an inverted parrot appendage, seem equipped to sniff it well? What is it, do you think?
Oh. Fresh. Tapped. Claret! Oh!
ran away, absconded, just like that, with that damn musketeer, leaving me flat, ruined, desolate, solitary. Oh, I was ready to quit this life, end it all, you know. But then you know who came along and offered me this position. Steward to Madame, his cousin.
How did you manage to get yourself in that condition?
Well, Lisa liked men in uniform. As for me, poets were my passion. Mars finished off everything Apollo couldn't scoff. Scoff was here. And then Nemesis walked in, as you can see.
Roxanne, are you ready? We're going to be late.
I'm coming.
There's this lecture on tonight at the house opposite. Madame Clumière, The Tender Passion.
The Tender Passion.
That's right.
Roxanne! I'm coming. My cloak, I'm sure I left it here.
Raise the lilies of your skin, but only from afar. Oh, how I long to enter in, to wear your roses. Be natural, not be flat, you flat-headed naturals.
Are you sure, monsieur?
Yeah, I'm sure, monsieur.
These infant prodigies, where did you find them?
I won them in a wager. Thank God I only have them for the day. Do you know the house of Monsieur Montfleury, the fat actor? Go to him and play a sour serenade. Tell him that I'm the donor of the treat. Play piercingly. Play dissonantly. Play for a long time. Well, madame, as usual, I've come to see how our friend's getting on. Our flawless friend with the sublime spiritual equipment.
My Christian is beautiful, brilliant. I love him desperately.
Brilliant.
More brilliant even than you.
I agree.
I've never in my life known anyone who could say those little things so beautifully that are nothing, and yet everything. You think, as most men think, that it's impossible for a man to be both bright and beautiful.
Talks well, does he?
Oh, no. Talk is so inadequate. It's art, eloquence. Listen to this. The more you take my heart, the more heart have I left, dear heart, for loving you the more.
Yeah.
Jealousy, that's what it is.
Jealous?
Jealous of that talent of his. For the ultimate in tenderness, listen to this. Ah, in your presence, such confusion grips my heart that it grows wordless as a kiss. If kisses could but wing in winged words, then you could read my letter with your lips.
It's not bad. It's not bad. It's a little overwritten, though.
But listen to this.
You know them off by heart?
All of them.
Very flattering.
Oh, he's such a master of his art.
A sort of verbal mist.
A master.
If you insist.
Madame, Monsieur de Guiche is here. Quick, you, Monsieur Bergerac. He may put two and two together if he finds you here. Inside.
Get inside. Come on, inside.
It's growing hard to hide my secret. If he so much as guesses. Ah, Monsieur de Guiche, I was just leaving.
I'm leaving too. For the war.
Ah.
This very evening. We've orders to besiege Arras.
Arras.
Does my leaving leave you as cold as it seems to do?
Oh, no.
I find that this present prospect of leaving you leaves me quite desolate. Did you know I've been promoted colonel?
Oh, brother.
Yes. Colonel of the Guards.
The Guards?
The regiment of that man who's big in words, your cousin, Savignon de Bergerac. Down there I might get some of my own back.
Ordered to Arras?
Under my command.
Oh, no.
What is it?
Flower in one's hand is so suddenly depetaled. This wind, this war, disperses all its perfume. One loves someone.
You've never spoken like this before. You say these things now for the first time, when I have to leave you.
You said, just then, something about revenge.
Yes.
My cousin.
Cousin. Are you for him?
Very much. Against.
You see him much?
As little as I can.
I see him too much.
Tell me, what do you propose for Cyrano? Send him into the thick of the fighting. He'd love that. I know what I'd do.
What?
Leave him here, with his precious cadets, kicking his heels. That ought to make him sick, while the rest of the regiment goes off and gets medals and wounds and things.
You love me then? A little? When you make my enemies your enemies. I'd like to see that as a sign of love.
It could be.
These are the orders for the companies. Signed, sealed, not yet delivered. Oh, this is for the guards. I'll keep it. So, you too, Roxanne. You like to play your little games.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. I say to myself that you and I are two of a kind. But always I am mad about you. Now, to find love trembling within you when I have to go. Intolerable. Listen. The regiment leaves for the siege tonight, and everyone will think that I've left with them. Later on, tonight, I'll come to you. Masked.
Oh, but the siege. Your duty. The good of your family name.
A lot of nonsense. I have a more urgent duty. A greater good. To contrive the voluntary surrender of... Say yes. Say it now.
No.
Say it. Whisper it.
My duty is to make you do yours. Oh, but...
Bless you for that, but...
You must go. Go! I must make myself make you go. I must order you to be my hero.
So you can love. Can truly love.
When I tremble for the safety of a man, you may speak of love.
I go then. This adieu means not an end, but a beginning.
Say nothing about what I did just then. If Cyrano finds out I stole his war from him...
Yes.
Cyrano! I must keep up appearances. We must still go to this discourse on the tender passion.
Very well, but you've your own tender passion to attend to now.
No. Alcondra and Lissimo are going to speak.
But you're not going to listen?
Oh, listen, do. Monkey chatter can be instructive.
When Christian comes to see me, tell him to wait.
Wait. Surely there's something more I have to tell. You usually order him to dissertate on a subject picked in advance.
Subject?
Subject.
Nothing. No. Everything. Whatever singing fantasies come unbidden to his brain. On the subject of love, of course.
Oh, but naturally love.
Shh.
Shh, as you say.
Not a word.
Thanks very much.
He must do it unprepared.
Heavens, yes. Shh. Shh. Dumb as a wall. That's me. Christian, come and have your lines thrown to you. I have your theme. All you have to do, you lucky, is to get your memory ready. So let's go to your house quickly. We don't have much time. Oh, come on now. Try to look intelligent.
No.
There's no harm in trying to look intelligent.
I'm going to stay here. I'm going to wait for her.
But this is mad! This is the most head-reading, vertiginous lunacy! Come now! Come now, sir, come and learn your lines!
No! I'm feeling rebellious tonight. I'm tired, yes, tired of borrowing your lines, your letters, of being a mere actor dithering with stage fright. Oh, it was fine at first, like playing a sort of game. But now, at last, tonight, I'm past all fear. Tonight, I feel inspired with my own inspiration. And though I still can't make the verbal summits, I know enough to take. By God, a woman in my arms.
Bravo.
It's her. It's she. I don't need to sit alone.
You're on your own, monsieur. Talk. Good night.
Christian, you came. The air is sweet. Evening is come. We are alone. The seat beckons. Shall we sit? Talk. I'll listen.
I love you.
So, your theme. Embroider it, weave gorgeous tapestries, rhapsodize.
I love you. Very much.
Good. And then?
And then, I would be happy if you loved me too. Say that you love me too.
You offer skimmed milk when I ask for cream. Tell me how you love me.
Very much.
Turn your theme into a loving labyrinth. Devote your discourse to the true platonic note.
Your throat. Oh, God, I want to kiss your throat.
Christian!
I love you.
That again.
Oh, no. I do not love you.
Oh, wonderful.
I adore you.
Really, this is too much.
Forgive me, Roxanne. I'm so in love, I'm growing stupid.
I agree. And that displeases me as much as though you're growing ugly.
But listen...
Retrieve your scattered eloquence, otherwise leave.
But
I know you love me. Good night.
No, stay, wait. Listen, what I have to say
is that you love me very much. Now go away.
A great success. Congratulations.
For God's sake, help me.
Oh, no.
I shall die here and now. If here and now I find no way to make her love me.
Heavens, man, in God's name, how'd you expect me here and now?
Wait. Look. See?
A window.
I shall die.
Not so much noise.
I shall die.
No lights in the sky.
Yes. Yes, will you?
You idiot. To reinstate you may not be easy. Still, we have to try. Stand back.
In front of the balcony, I'll stand underneath and whisper the right words.
Oh, welcome back, my unmelodious birds. You've serenaded Montfleury. Good. Now you go to that corner of the street and you to the other one. Listen for approaching feet. If anyone comes by, play something. Oh, wait. A sad tune for a man. Don't demonstrate. And for a woman, something brisk and sweet. All right? All right, be off with you.
Now, how do we start?
Call her.
Roxanne!
A pebble or two.
Was somebody calling?
Me. I.
Who?
Christian.
So?
I have to talk to you.
You've nothing to say to me.
Oh, please. Please.
It's clear that you love me no longer.
Such heresies. Such unjust slanders. Oh, you divinities, whose name is justice. Witness that I love more than mere words can bear the burden of.
Better.
Love. That I thought a quiet child discloses moods so intemperate and wild. He crushes my cradling heart.
Better still. But is it not best to break that unruly will and strangle such a monster?
Heavens! I've tried to commit that venial infanticide. But the tough atomy I sought to seize and crush turned out an infant Hercules.
Good, very good.
His first act was to ride and rend, to sing serpents, doubt, and pride.
Excellent. But since you mentioned doubt, why do your words come so haltingly out? It's as though your fancy suffered from, well...
Gout.
What?
Just quick. This is getting too difficult.
Tonight you hesitate so strangely. Why?
A good question. And my answer is, each word gropes through this darkness looking for your light. Or, if that will not suffice, then since your words fall They yield to gravity. Mine have to rise and fight it.
Am I so far above you still?
So far, I fear that one hard word could kill, crushing my heart like a stone.
Well, then I'll come down.
No.
Well, at least come nearer.
No!
Such a vehement no. What is the matter?
To hold in my hand such exquisite joy. I dare not let go this precious chance to speak to you, unseen.
Unseen?
A disembodied spirit, clean of the clogs of accident and decay. You see a cloak of trailing black. You, to me, are a white gown of summer. I am a shadow, and you, the quintessence of light. How can you know what it means to roam this transitory meadow, sunlit through the darkness? If ever, oh, if ever I was eloquent.
Oh, you were very eloquent.
But this one night, it seems that I address your heart for the first time.
First time? Yes. Your very voice has changed.
My heart's true essence is emboldened by this darkness to speak out. It is myself that speaks. Where was I? Oh, forgive this confusion. To live a moment breathing your sustaining air, freed from the choking asthma of the fear that you might laugh at me.
Laugh at you? Why?
Because of the unworthiness of a fool. How often I come to pluck Hesperus out of the sky and end by plucking flowers.
There's good in flowers, there's sweetness.
Yes, but not enough sweetness in all the flowers of the earth for us tonight.
You have never spoken like this. Never before.
Shatter them all! Those tokens! Valentine hearts, arrows, the tinselled quiver, what are they worth compared to the wild urge that shouts, that beckons our bodies to plunge and drown in the wild river?
But the soul, the spirit.
You mean the petty rhymes? Wrung from what petty spirits call the soul? I have made enough of those for you at times when I did not dare to bear myself as now to the overwhelming torrent of the night with its panic perfumes.
Poetry?
Poetry is words! A game of words. And love's too stark a force to tolerate such tinklings, such tinkerings. A moment comes, and God help those for whom it never comes, when love of such nobility possesses this shaking frame that even the sweetest word, the ultimate honey, stings like vinegar.
If so, what, when that moment comes for both of us, what words will you say?
In that most precious instant, I shall take all words that ever were, or weren't, or could, or couldn't be, and in mad armfuls, not bouquets, I'll smother you in them. Oh, God, how I love you. I choke with love. I stumble in madness, tread a fiery region where reason is consumed. I love you beyond the limits that love sets himself. I love! I love! Your name, Roxanne, Roxanne, swings like a brazen bell telling itself, Roxanne, Roxanne, in my own heart's belfry, and I tremble, Roxanne, Roxanne, with each bronze, gold, silver reverberation. Listen, I swing down the rope to earth's level, To each small thing, trivial, forgettable, unforgotten by me, that ever you do or did. A year ago, the 12th of May it was, at noon striking, you left your house with your hair dressed a different way. And you know how, when you've been looking at the sun, you see red suns everywhere, embossed on everything. So that solar flood of your hair blinded me and bequeathed an after-image of heavenly goldness, touching everything with a royal touch.
Yes. This is love.
Love. The parasitic heavenly host, a terribly jealous god, has seized me with most wretched fury. And yet he seeks not to possess. He is only mad to give. I ask no more than to listen twice or thrice to the laughter born out of the sacrifice of mine. This night, I speak, you listen. Never, in my most reckless, unreasonable dream, have I hoped for this. Now I can gladly die, knowing it is my words that make you tremble in the blue shadows of the trees. For it is true, you do tremble, like a leaf among the leaves, yes. And the passion of that trembling weaves a spider filament that seeks me now, feeling its way along the jasmine bough.
Yes, I do tremble, and I weep, and I am yours. I love you. You have made me...
To die. Death is all I need after this summit gained. I ask one thing.
A kiss. A kiss.
You asked for something.
Yes. Too quick, too soon.
Well, you put her in this state. Why shouldn't I get some benefit?
Yes, it's true, I did ask. But I was too impetuous. I was hurled into it. I ask you now to rebuff my importunity.
Why?
Why? Enough! Be quiet, Christian!
What are you saying to yourself?
I know, myself was being angry with myself for going too far. I said, be quiet, Christian. That was rude, I suppose. Somebody's coming. For the sounds of it, a man and a woman. I see what they mean, a priest. Diogenes back from the dead. Are you looking for an honest man?
A woman. A lady. Madame Madeleine Robin.
He is a nuisance.
Not here. Further on. Straight on, straight.
God bless you, my son. I'll say a decade of the rosary for you, my friend.
Now, get that kiss for me.
No!
Sooner or later, it must be.
Sooner or later, yes, it has to be, that labial conjunction. Simply because she's beautiful and you glow in the perfume of the unearned unction made up of youth and strength and comeliness. But I must be the agent of her, yes.
Are you still there? We were speaking of a...
Kiss. The word is sweet enough, and yet your lips are shy of saying it. How shall we define a kiss? The sacrament of a vow. The lightly stamped seal of a promise. The very O of love in the expectant lips. Eternity in the instant the bee sips. The music of the spheres in the bee's wing. A flower-tasting Eucharist. A ring forged of two rings, their red transmuted into gold. So noble a thing that, so we're told, the Queen of France could not, from her fabulous hoard, find a richer jewel to bestow on an English lord.
Indeed.
Indeed, and like that English lord, I too have had my mournful silences.
Like him, too, you are beautiful.
So I am. I had forgotten that.
Come. Taste your flower.
Go on.
We'll savor our souls in our lips.
Up there, now.
The spheres singing in the wing of a bee.
Now, what in hell's name are you waiting for?
I'm not sure, really, this is the right time.
Here's your instant infinity.
Mount, you animal.
He's at his banquet. The banquet I prepared only to end as its Lazarus. Still, I'm spared one crumb, I suppose, one wishbone. And this is the knowledge that it's my words that she kisses, and not his lips. There's cause to be cheerful, then. Man? Woman? It's that Capuchin again. Who there?
Who is it?
Cyrano. Yeah, he's Christian up there with you.
Cyrano?
Good evening, Cyrano.
Good evening, cousin.
I'll come down.
Madame Robin lives here. I have it on very good authority.
Rollin?
Robin.
Sorry, thought you said Rollin.
Ba. Robin.
Yeah, I see. It's B, not L. One letter can make so much difference.
Ba. How did you know I have a letter? Oh, I see. I see.
A letter?
For Madame Robin.
I am she.
Madame Robin? Some very holy matter, I have no doubt. A very noble lord gave it to me to give to you.
Mademoiselle, the drums beat. The regiment is ready for the march. I have already sent the story about that I have gone on ahead. But in fact, I'm here in the convent. I'm sending this letter in advance by an old sheep-headed monk who naturally has not been told its contents. I'll be with you in a while. De Guiche.
He dares.
He won't dare. Not anymore. Not now I love you. Father, this letter concerns you. My dear Mademoiselle, it seems His Eminence the Cardinal will have his way whatever you say or do. That is why I send this note to you by a very holy, intelligent, discreet Capuchin. Instruct him, please, to meet these my instructions, which are that he is at once in your house to perform the ceremonies of holy matrimony between you and Christian de Neuvillette. Oh, this is tyrannical.
Courage, daughter.
I'm a good reader of letters, am I not?
Who is the bridegroom?
Oh, this is awful.
You? Robin. The will of God, daughter, is often obscure.
It's me. I am the bridegroom.
Are you sure?
Postscript. Give to the convent, in my name, 120 pistoles. Signed the same.
A worthy lord. Most worthy. Daughter, resign yourself.
I am resigned. De Guiche will come. For God's sake, hold him here.
How long will you take?
A quarter of an hour.
In. Hurry. I'll wait. I need fresh air. I also need to distract his lordship for 15 minutes. Up there. the sound of it a man. Very much a man in a minor key. Come then. Not too high. Protect me, tree. Imagine of a voice. Will he recognize me? Let me open the door to my origins. Crick, crack. Cyrano. Now be truly the Bergerac.
Blasted capuchin. Damn this mask. I can't see a thing. Where did you fall from, may I ask?
From the moon.
The moon?
What time is it?
Is he mad?
What time? Country, day of the month of the year. What days does he befuddled?
Monsieur!
I fell, I've fallen. You wish to know where from?
The moon, you said.
From the moon. Fell like a stone. And I don't mean that metaphorically.
Yeah, please.
Oh, 1 second. Or maybe a century. I lost all sense of time during my fall. I was in this kind of saffron-coloured ball.
Good. Now let me
Where am I? Don't trifle with this shattered sensorium. What is this place on which I've tumbled like an air?
Allow me.
I had no choice. Hurtling through space of any point of arrival. Where am I? Ah! That face. Black. Are you an oppressed colonial?
This is a mask.
Oh, Venice, a carnival.
The lady is waiting for me.
Now I know where I am. Paris. Where else could it be? Paris. So, that's where the ethereal typhoon has dumped me. What a voyage. Dust of the moon. Asteroid fragments cling like sleep to my eyes. Hey, grab my nose with your fingers. Give a squeeze. It'll spurt out pure milk.
Milk?
From the Milky Way.
If you'll excuse me.
Oh, don't forgive. You're impatient to be apprised of the creatures that live in the lunar caverns, or to know the morphology of its cucurbitous rotundity.
What I want now
is to know how I got up there. My special invention, yes.
Mad.
First, I swear, it has nothing to do with Regimentalis' eagle or Ictitus' pigeon. Ornithology doesn't come into it. Stupid birds, anyway.
Mad, but he's been to a university.
No, my mode of spatial travel is painfully original. Yeah, mode? Did I say modes? I've invented sex techniques whereby to violate that blue virginity up there.
Sex?
Sex. Let me specify. I strip myself nude as a candle. About that nudity, I place a carapace covered with crystal vials of morning dew. The sun sucks up the dew and sucks me too.
So, that's one.
Another one. I escaped from Earth in a ship of icosahedral shape, stuck with 10 burning mirrors, which rarefy the air. The rare air lifts me, and I fly.
Oh.
Or I mount a machine, made in the figure of a grasshopper, activated by a trigger, which sets off successive charges of saltpeter. I jerk off into space.
Three.
Smoke always tends to soar.
Yeah.
I fill a globe with smoke.
That makes 4.
Now, this one may sound fantastic. The god Apollo, the god of the sun, he likes to suck and swallow the marrow of the oxen of the sun. I smear myself with this, and it's done.
5.
Finally, monsieur, I sit or stand upon an iron plate, and in my hand I clutch a magnet. This I throw. The iron lurches after, as you know. I can do that indefinitely.
6. Which did you choose of these ingenious tricks to make your recent voyage into heaven? Not that I believe you.
Number 7.
What is the 7th way?
You're going to see. What? Well, can't you see what's happening to me?
No.
It's nearly time for a high tide. The moon is calling. I must stand beside the ocean, having wallowed in it first. My hair is dripping wet. The lunar thirst pulls at it, then the rest of me. A soul free as an angel as a dead before. Hurtling to earth. A quarter of an hour ago. A quarter hour is done. And so,
And so?
a marriage has been celebrated.
That voice. That nose.
At your service.
Cyrano. Clever, mademoiselle. As for you, sir, you did that well. You could have charmed a saint poised on the sill of heaven. You ought to write a book.
I will.
My lord, the knot is tied you bade me tie.
As I can see. You, madame, bid goodbye to your paint-fresh husband.
Bid good. Why?
Your regiment leaves tonight, sir. Be so good as to report at once.
For the war?
That's what regiments usually leave for, madame.
But surely, you said... I understood the cadets were not going.
Oh, yes. They are. Here is the order. Pray deliver it, sir.
Christian?
The wedding night is still a good way off.
That thought disturbs me less than it should.
Your lips again.
That's enough. Come on. Let's go.
You don't know how difficult it is.
I know.
We're marching!
Oh, take care of him.
All right, I'll try, but I can't really promise.
Make him look after himself.
I'll do my best.
Make sure he keeps warm and dry.
As far as is soldierly possible.
And keep him away from other women.
Oh, not even your little chap.
No. And make him write to me every day.
Madame, I can most certainly promise you that.
Starving. Still nothing. God curse it!
Keep it low. You'll wake them up.
Sleep. Sleep seats. If, like me, you're a chronic insomniac, you don't get much in the way of dinners, you know.
Damned insomniac. Musketry, it'll wake my babes. Sleep. Again, a cracked Cyrano coming back.
Talk! Who goes there? Bergerac.
Imbecile. Oh, thank God. Not wounded, I see.
No, they've got into the habit of missing me.
It's ridiculous. Risking your life every morning to post a letter.
I promised his wife. Poor devil, starving to death.
Yeah, we all are.
I know. Still handsome, though.
Go and get some sleep.
Don't growl at me. Don't worry either. I'm careful crossing the lines.
You might consider bringing something for us.
Today, there appear to be signs the Spanish will be bringing something for us.
What signs?
I'm not sure.
What a mess. We're besieging Arras, and yet it's we who are doing the storming.
We're besieging Arras. And His Eminent Gorgeousness, the Cardinal Prince of Spain, is besieging us.
Well, perhaps somebody will get down to besieging him.
Not funny. Our chances don't get any better, yet you risk your life every morning to send a letter. You're a natural. What kind of father and mother? Never mind. Where are you going?
To write another.
Damn drums. Another nutritious night's sleep gone to the devil.
Poor devils. I know what their first words are going to be.
Oh, God. I'm starving.
I'm dying.
Come on, out of it.
Not one step.
Come on.
Look at this tongue. The air is very indigestible this time of day.
If my stomach doesn't get something, it's going to stay in its tent all day like Achilles.
Bread before bullets.
You don't know. Come on.
What's that you're chewing?
Gunwort. Fried in the choicest axle grease. It's a good rich country, this. Would you care for a piece?
Oh, Cyrano, take the mind off their gullets.
Back from the hunt, fishing in the River Scarf.
What have you got there?
Fish, game pheasant, carp.
A minnow.
A sparrow.
Oh, that's mutiny.
There is noise. Very distracting. You, sir, explain.
Well, I've something on my mind that troubles me.
What?
My stomach.
So have I.
Aye, but you seem to enjoy it.
Well, it's keeping my weight down.
Something to eat, for God's sake.
When I think of all those swine guzzling away back in Paris at their 4 meals a day, like His Holy Grace the Cardinal.
The gate of heaven is narrow. The thin man has the easier chance of sidling in.
Oh, don't try to feed us with epigrams. Fine words, butter, no parsnips.
Parsnips in a white sauce.
Well, I don't care much for parsnips. Oh, my God, what am I saying?
I'm saying this. I'd rather die on pointed elegancies, fine words, as you call them, under a sky of saffron sunset than like you wail and cry about my rumbling innards. I want to depart this life with honorable steel piercing my heart and a piercing epigram upon my lips.
We're hungry.
The whole world's hungry. You think only of yourselves. Que Bertrand, old shepherd as you were, put pipe to mouth and pipe some of the old airs of the South, whose every note smiles like a little sister, in which we hear, through a nostalgic mist, the smoke of memory, the voices of friends. A melody whose lazy line ascends like the thin wood smoke from the cottages of our homeland. A pungent tune that is the very distillation of our speech. Your flute, that gnarled old warrior, let him reach back, let him, through you, recall his days as a reed of the river, before he lost his innocence and went to war. Listen, you Gascon. It's a woodland cry, not a banshee of the battle shrieking high, but the cool cantilene that goatherd's finger. Listen. It's the hill where night mists linger, the valley, and the good earth like red meat, the plain like a store of emeralds, the sweet greenness of spring nights on the Dordogne. Listen, you Gascon. It is all Gascoigne.
You're making them cry.
Yeah. Out of homesickness. And no blanger than that of the flesh.
That melts down their manhood.
I don't think so.
Ah, there, you see.
Monsieur de Guiche is on his way. He makes me.
Not as much as he makes me.
Oh, you're not the only ones. What with that lace collar on his cossalet?
Always the little courtier.
Very much the nephew of the cardinal.
Nevertheless, to be grandiloquent, he is one of Gascony's sons.
Ah, counterfeit. The real Gascon's us. We're a wee bit mad. He's too sane, rational. A rational Gascon's dangerous.
He's pale. At least he shows that common touch.
Oh, there's no doubt he can feel the pain of hunger, just like us poor bastards. But those jewels on his belt make the cramps in his gut sort of glitter like the sun on ice.
You want him to see you suffering? Come on. Cards, dice, smoke your pipe. Try and look as if you like this famine.
Good morning. Black looks, as usual, eh? So, the mountain hovel nobility, the beefless barons a la sauce béarnaise, the Perigord princes are above respecting their colonel. Very well, gentlemen, knowing the squalor of your rabbit warrens, I know how little your code of conduct matters. Call me a crawling courtier, a politician. Resent my steel covered with Genoese lace. I spurn your standards. To be a proper patrician, you have to be a pauper. It's a foul disgrace to be a Gascon and not go in tatters. This dumb insolence asks for punishment. I've a good mind to leave that task to your captain, you, sir. Find something fitting in the manual of military law.
Impossible. I pay my men from my own pocket, and I obey battle orders only.
Indeed. Well, I put your resentment down to jealousy. Your conduct under fire, apparently, doesn't compare with mine in any way. How many of you, squatting on your haunches, could do the thing that I did yesterday? I lashed the Count de Bucquois out of Papone, pouring my men on his in avalanches. I charged 3 times.
If you failed to bring home your white scarf.
So it's already got around, that story, has it? Well, it happened like this. When the 3rd charge beckoned and I was rallying my men, to my astonishment, I suddenly found myself being thrust with a throng of fugitives into the enemy's lines. I was in danger of being shot. So what did I do? I fought quickly. I got rid of the white scarf that marks my rank, and thus, anonymous, inconspicuous blank, escaped and rallied my own force from the brink of death to a crash of victory. What do you think, my friend, to that little display of resourcefulness?
This. A man's white plume is his panache, his visible soul, not a thing to lend or spend. Henry of Navarre, Henry IV of France, outnumbered in the enemy's advance, never even dreamed of jettisoning his.
Well, the point is, my device was a success.
True. But an officer never resigns easily his privilege of being a target for the enemy. Your courage and mine differ in this, monsieur. If I'd been present at that heroic affair when you dropped your white scarf, I'd have picked it up then and there and worn it myself.
Always boasting.
No, lend it to me tonight. I'll lead the charge with your white scarf over my shoulder.
Ha! These large and vacuous Gasconades. You're safe, as you know, with that offer. Our intelligence understands that that sector still lies in the enemy's hands, and my scarf lies on the river bank. The river is swept by their artillery. No one could ever reach that scarf alive.
With my compliments.
Thank you. This bit of white will do very well to make a signal. A signal that, to tell the truth, I was hesitant about making. But now you've kindly made up my mind for me.
There's a man over there running away.
And taking my signal with him. My pet Spanish spy. He tells his masters what I pay him to tell them.
A traitor.
I suppose so, but a very useful traitor. Now, what were we talking about? Ah, yes. You may as well know our marshal's plans. You might find them interesting. Last night, we saw an opportunity, with reasonable luck, of revictualling the army. In silence, covered by a good black night, the marshal marched to Toulon, where our supplies are.
To be sure of getting back in safety, he's taken an exceptionally large force with him. More than half our army is absent from the camp.
Thank God the enemy don't know that.
Oh, but they do. They do. They're going to attack us.
Ah.
My spy, who tells me everything, asked me where I would prefer the Spanish attack to be made. My reply was that he should go out between the lines and watch for my signal. That point should be the point of the Spanish advance.
You mean?
I mean, gentlemen, you will all be so very good as to lay down your lives.
Would it be reasonable to call this your revenge?
I won't pretend that I care the least damn about any of you. But you're the obvious choice. If you want that to mean that I serve my king by serving my own spleen, I won't contradict you.
Well, that's candid.
Very well. Let's get ready.
Another hour.
Another hour? Oh, well, that's all right. May we offer our thanks?
You, sir, whose bliss is to engage 100 single-handed, ought to be rather looking forward to this.
There are, as you know, 6 chevrons on the old arms of Gascony. 6. Blue and gold. There's going to be a 7th. And you don't need me to tell you what the color has to be. Christian?
Roxane. I should like to say goodbye to her. To put my whole heart
In a letter, yes, I thought of that.
Let me see.
You really want to?
Why not? I'm supposed to have written it. What? Look. This little circle.
Circle?
To me, it looks very much like a tear.
Well, when a poet writes a poem, he's often moved by his own fiction.
You mean to say you cried?
Yes, I cried. Why not? Ulysses cried. Ajax cried. It's in the best heroic tradition. To die is little enough, even to die in the hot morning of youth. But never again to see the beloved. That's horrible. And the horrible bare truth is that I will never. We will never. That is, you will never.
Give me that letter.
Who in hell names that?
What is it?
A coach! The horses have bolted.
What, here in the camp?
Yes, it's come from the enemy line. Fire on it! No, the coachman's making signs. He's shouting something. On His Majesty's service.
Impossible.
No, can't you hear him? On His Majesty's service.
What, the king?
Hats off, everyone!
Ready! All you ready? Begin. A royal reception. Open the door.
Good morning.
You? The king's service?
The one and only king. Love.
You here? But why?
This siege of yours has lasted too long.
You can't stay here.
Why not? Give me a drum to sit on. Thank you. What a journey. A patrol, you know, shot at my coach. It looks, doesn't it, as though it's been magicked out of a pumpkin. The fairy tale, you know. Good morning. Why so sad, all of you? Do you know, this is quite away from Arras. Cyrano, so terribly good to see you.
Roxane?
How did I find your army? Too long a story. I can't tell it now, but what horrors. All I can say is, if this is your king's service, mine's better than his.
But this is madness. How did you get through?
The Spanish army was charming.
Charming?
But how did you cross this charming enemy's lines?
All we had to do was trot along lightly. If some Don thrust in his head as he was going on, I put on my best smile. And I don't mean to disparage the French, but really, I have never seen such courtesy, such gallantry, bowing low, doffing their feathers. They let me go.
A woman's smile for a passport. All very well, but they must have been suspicious. Made you tell where you were going?
Oh, yes, quite often. And when I told them, well, the news would soften their ferocity even more. All I had to say if I was challenged was, I'm on my way to see my lover. They couldn't have been sweeter. They bowed and thundered, Vaya, señorita.
Yes, but Roxanne...
I know. Husband is what I should have said, of course. But that wouldn't have done me any good.
But Roxanne...
What's the matter?
You can't stay here.
I can't.
You must go away. Quickly, too.
You must.
At once.
Christian, do you want me to go?
There's about to be a battle.
Have your battle. I stay with my love, my husband.
But this salient, it's doubtful whether anyone can survive.
And that's why he put us here.
Oh, I see. You want me to be a widow.
I swear I had
And
no
I swear that I am staying here. Call it a temporary madness. Besides, it's amusing.
So the chronicles can show a Précieuse could be heroic.
Remember, Cyrano, I'm your cousin.
We'll defend you.
Thank you, my friend. I never doubted that. I bought this hat, especially for the battle. Isn't it time, Monsieur le Comte, you got it ready?
See reason. There's still time to change your mind.
I stay.
She stays.
Very well, if you'll be good enough to open your hand.
Why?
We lost the company pennant. This will fly high in its place.
It's a bit small.
That's true. But it's genuine lace!
You can smell perfume all over the camp.
I could die happy now. If only I had a walnut climbing down inside.
Oh, disgusting to talk of food in the presence of so exquisite a lady.
Oh, but I just love some breakfast. A little pâté, a cold bird, wine. Please, be good enough to fetch it. Absurd, you think? It's all there, in my coach.
What?
Look at that man, seated on the coachman's seat. You recognize him? A very precious man.
The Spaniards let it through! The wine, the pastry, and the poultry, too! Distracted by their gallantry, they missed the gallantry. These cushions are stuffed with pigeons.
Listen, I have to talk to you.
Spread the board. Christian, make yourself useful.
Flagons of rubies, jars of potable gold.
Where's the cutlery?
These lanterns hold more precious things than life.
Christian, we have to talk.
See, the handle of my whip, it's all pure pork.
Even if the rest of the army has to starve, at least the Gascons have a joint to carve.
Before we're carved.
And when De Guiche comes...
Nothing for him.
Come now, knives, forks, spoons, plates, plenty of time. You should chew, not gulp. You're crying.
It's too good.
Come now, white or red bread for Monsieur le Bray, a little toast and duck pâté, vin de Bourgogne, chicken. Christian, try a wing.
Thank you, I couldn't eat a thing. Why did you come?
De Guiche! Quick, hide everything! Knives, forks, plates, that spoon, everything! Bones, crumbs, the lot, ragano, get back up here. Come on. Hey.
You've changed color.
It's the bracing air.
You, madame, have you changed your mind?
I'm staying.
You look cheerful.
So a soldier should when the enemy's on his way.
Go while you can.
No.
Very well. Captain, you look unnaturally healthy, too. Give me a musket.
A musket. I am staying too.
At last you're showing Gascon fortitude.
I don't desert a lady in danger.
Good. Let's give him something to eat.
Eat? You mean food?
Food, sir, in all its multiple manifestations.
Do you think I'd eat your leavings?
Felicitations, you're making progress.
Aye, I fight and fuss.
Ah, hear the accent, one of us at last.
My pikemen are lined up. Please, take my arm. Let's inspect them together.
Charmed.
Bravo.
Bravo. Bravo.
Listen. You'd better speak quickly. What have you to say?
Roxane is going to speak to you, not of a letter, but of letters.
Well?
A lot of letters.
Eh?
The time has come to open what was hid. You wrote a great deal more than you thought you did.
What?
Well, I didn't always ask whether I should write. Sometimes I wrote without mentioning it. I just wrote.
But in God's name, how? We're under siege. Cut off, totally.
Well, before dawn. It's easy enough. I'm able to get across.
So I've written more times than I thought. To be precise, how many times? Once a week, say? Twice? 3 times? 4?
Rather more.
Every day?
Yes. Every day. Twice.
I see. They say there's only one thing that makes a man mad enough to...
Quiet, please! Not in front of her.
And now, at last, dear Christian.
Now at last, you can tell me why you risked hardship, danger.
Blame your letters, if I can speak of blame. A lyric flood from the battlefield, a flame that blinded me at last to peril.
So, just for a bundle of love letters.
Oh, no. There was once an evening of lilac and jasmine when I began to adore you. Your soul arose in perfume to my window. The true you made itself known in a voice. Oh, but now that voice is sung to me every day. I had no choice but to come running. If patient Penelope had received such letters from her lord Ulysses, she would not have woven endlessly. Oh, but rushed to him to cover him with kisses, maddened with love, just as Helen once was maddened.
But Roxane...
I read your letters. I read, reread them, gladdened by the knowledge that you, like Jupiter, had descended to me, a hapless Semele. Your words all golden petals, the flower that shed them, your soul, a soul afire with sincerity.
The sincerity. You felt the sincerity.
Oh, how I felt it. And now my soul sinks to its knees, crushed by love's burden. It cries, forgive me, dearest. Tell me how I can atone for the sin that lies upon it like a stone. The insult of loving you for your beauty alone.
But Roxane...
Oh, later I learned, just as a bird learns how to soar, to feel my spirit stirred by the totality of you, flesh and soul, loving the two together. But the goal of true love should be elsewhere.
What do you love now?
You. The essential you. The true, free being, hidden by the casual dress of flesh I loved you for at first. I see that first fair specious image, now no more. Now I love a soul.
I'd rather be loved as people usually are.
Henceforth, I shall find distraction in your looks. Your beauty is a barrier to you. If you were ugly, twisted, all askew, deformed, dwarfish, I know I should be able to love you more.
It was good enough before.
Tear off your beauty with a rough, rude hand. Learn an unwonted ugliness and see how my love shines.
Ugly, Roxanne.
I swear it. Ugly.
You must leave me.
Leave you?
Just for a moment. I've some thinking to do. And you must warn my friends with a smile before they die.
Dear Christian. Dear, dear Christian.
She doesn't love me anymore. She loves you. She loves my soul. You are my soul.
True.
And you love her.
That too is true.
Madly.
More.
Tell her then.
No.
Why not?
Look at me!
She'd love me ugly.
She said that?
Now.
I'm glad she said it, glad she thought it, but you mustn't believe it. Mustn't believe she wishes you, but you're not. Mustn't be ugly.
Let her choose. Tell her everything.
No, not this cross.
Live. Go back with her and love her. I'm on the rack with being my own rival. I want to be loved for what I am, comely and dumb, or else not loved at all. Can't you see, clever as you are, that basic simplicity? For what I am, or not at all. I'm going off to see what's happening there. Now, I'll come back. Talk to her. Let her choose. Roxanne!
What is it?
Cyrano has something to say to you. Important. You'll see.
Stop!
It's gone. I seem to have said something to upset him.
I know what you said. Did you mean what you said? Don't be afraid of saying it to me. Even if he were ugly.
Even if he were
Terribly ugly.
terribly.
Twisted, deformed, grotesque.
One so great-souled, great-hearted could never be grotesque.
You'd love him still?
Love him all the more.
Oh, God. Is it possible after all? Possible. Listen. Roxanne! Cyrano! What?
Oh! What's happened?
It's finished.
What? What's happening?
It's finished. I can never say it now.
What?
Nothing.
These men.
Leave them.
You were going to tell me something.
Yes, I was going to... nothing. But I have something now to say. Christian, this I swear, a vow, was a great mind, a great soul.
Was? You say was? Ah!
It's finished.
Christian!
They got him as he went over the parapet. The first shot!
Christian!
Roxanne! I've told her everything. It's you.
My love, speak. He's not dead! Speak, my love! That's funny. Me.
Where's Roxanne? They need me!
Stay a while. He is dead. You were his friend, the only one to know his greatness.
Yes, Roxanne.
He was a great soul, wasn't he?
Yes, Roxanne.
A noble poet, unknown.
Yes, Roxanne.
A sublime spirit.
Yes, Roxanne.
Such depth of heart, tender, pure, magnificent.
Yes, Roxanne.
And now dead.
He has died today. Knowing that she, unknowing, weeping for him, mourns for me.
On this letter, his tears, his blood.
Get out of the way.
His blood, his tears.
She's fainting! Hold on! Say, you brute, you better do what you have to do. Get her away! If you can hang on, we'll see. Goodbye, Roxanne.
Falling back!
Andy, Rollo! Put your legs back! I need a double vengeance for Christian and for my happiness. So, high, little flag! Come ici! Écrasez tous! They're coming now! Ah, get them assailants!
Who are these men so anxious to die?
These are
Around comes the autumn, the swallows are leaving. The year is unweaving her garment of red, and out of his hiding the winter is hiding. So nature is still and pretends to be still and pretends to be still and pretends to be dead. And the spirit quivering and laying, what will we do? We'll be shivering, be shivering. Around will come Christmas, around will come Christmas, the feast of the stranger, the feast of the
Sister Claire admired her new coif in the mirror twice. Less a sin than an aesthetic error. Nothing much to admire there, very plain.
Well, Sister Martha is a thief, Reverend Mother. She stole a plum from the plum pie when the cook had her back turned.
May it give you a pain. Thou shalt not steal. It was a very small plum.
Well, my look in the mirror was a very small look.
Two looks. It seems I shall have to complain to Monsieur de Bergerac, though it grieves him to hear of your sins. Oh, please don't do that. You know he'll only make fun of us.
He'll say that nuns are greedy.
Frivolous. Also good. However sternly he begins, he always ends by saying nuns are good. Good.
Must be a dozen years since he started his Saturday visits.
More. Ever since his cousin came to live here. 14 years since she brought her worldly widow's weeds, as he puts it, to offset our virgin lilies. A black dove, he once said, among grounded seagulls.
Was he ever in love, I wonder? He said to me once, there's a kind of panache in virgin vows. What did he mean?
The white plume of celibacy. He made a rhyme about it. He's witty. He's the only one who can make her smile. He likes our cakes, too. Such a pity he's not a good Catholic.
We'll convert him in time.
No. I forbid you to meddle with his soul. He may stop coming here. There's not one Saturday I haven't heard him say, "Ah, dear sister, I ate meat yesterday." I'd be more ready for praise than blame if he was telling the truth. The last time he came, he hadn't eaten for 3 days.
Oh, no.
He's poor. Very poor.
Who told you so?
Monsieur Lebray.
Well, apart from things like prayer, why doesn't anybody help him?
Nobody dare. We'd better go in. Madame Magdalene has a visitor. Isn't it the Duke de Gramont, the Marshal?
I think so.
It's a long, long time since he came to see her.
Well, he's busy, I suppose.
God knows how you can bring yourself to deprive men's eyes of all that golden beauty. You propose to stay here forever, in mourning?
Forever.
Ever faithful?
My future lies among the faithful.
Have you forgiven me?
I'm here.
Christian, was he really so?
If you knew him.
I never particularly wanted to know him. That last letter of his, you still keep it next to your heart?
Still, and forever. A sacred relic.
I'll never understand such a sterile devotion.
But to me, he isn't really dead.
It's as though we still meet in some special region, sustained only by love, not devotion. Living love. Love between the living.
You still see much of your cousin?
Cyrano, oh yes. My old friend acts as my gazette, my weekly periodical out on Saturdays. Under this tree, when the weather's fine, they set a chair for him. And I sit and wait and do my embroidery. The clock strikes, and on the last stroke, I hear his step, and his stick tapping up the stone steps. He's so regular, I never turn to see. First, he laughs at me for what he likes to call my Penelope web, and then he retails the chronicles of the week. Where's Lebray? Monsieur Lebray, how's our friend?
He's not well. Not well at all.
He's exaggerating.
It's just as I always say. Loneliness, wretchedness. He writes those satires of his, determined to make more and more enemies. He attacks false saints, false noblemen, false heroes, plagiaristic poets, in fact, more or less everyone. Well, it's no life for anyone.
Everyone goes in terror of that sword of his, that's one thing. No one dare touch him.
That may be so.
It's not the violence I fear. It's this loneliness. It's poverty. Hunger. It's ravening December with wolves at its heels, battering the door of his dark hovel. Soon they'll catch our swordsman off his guard. Every day, you know, he has to take in his belt by one more notch. Even his poor old nose isn't the same. It's like discolored ivory. And he's only one rusty, rotting black serge coat to his name.
This is the world. That is how the world is. He takes what comes. Don't pity him too much.
My Lord Marshal.
Don't pity him, I say. He lives his life as he wants. He's one of those rare beings that have opted to be free.
My Lord
I
Duke.
know. I have everything. He has nothing. Save that one thing. Now I must go.
I'll go with you as far as the gate.
I think I envy him. Yes. Envy him. There's such a thing as success which sickens, like excess. When a man wins the big prizes, having no glaring sin to reproach himself with, filling the foreground up, he feels sinful nevertheless, defiled from top to toe, not with remorse. Remorse is too considerable a thing. Rather as though under the silk, under the velvet and ermine, there crawled a vague, disquieting breed of vermin, unknown to moral entomologists. Pride bloats to more pride. Power never rests. The ducal robe sweeps up the endless stair with a dry rustle of dead illusions. A sear whistle of regrets.
You, a dreamer.
Hmm? Yes. Lebray, permit us. A brief word. True, no one dare attack your friend, not openly, but hate grows, and hate will find a way. I think you ought to warn him. The other day, at court, one of his haters said to me, "De Bergerac may die accidentally."
I see.
I hope you do see. Tell him to stay at home. To be careful.
Careful? Whatever I say, he treads his own path. He's coming here today. All right, I'll warn him.
What is it?
Madame, that man Ragueneau would like a word with you.
Oh, very well, bring him.
I suppose he's come for sympathy. A dram to warm him on his long, cold, downward path. The things that man's been. Pastry cook, poet, singer,
Bathhouse attendant.
actor,
Parish beadle.
hairdresser.
Teacher of guitar.
Poor man. His fortune's always in the descendant. What next, I wonder?
Dear madame. Dear sir.
Tell your troubles, if troubles they be, to Monsieur Lebray. I'll be back.
But madame.
Ragano!
Well, I suppose after all, well, you're here, at least. Anyhow, perhaps it's better she shouldn't. Not yet, anyway. Anyhow, I went to see him just now. Our friend, He was just coming out of his house. I hurried on to meet him, but he was too quick for me. At the corner of his street, there's this upper window, and he was just passing under it. I wonder if it could have been an accident. My God, Anyway, a servant, I saw it was a servant, let a great chunk of wood drop. Great heavy log fall.
On top. Oh, no!
I ran up to him as quickly as I could.
The damn cowards.
Just lying there on the ground. Great gash.
Dead?
Just about alive. I had to carry him up to his room. Have you ever seen his room? Oh, my God.
Is he suffering?
He feels nothing. He doesn't feel anything.
Did you get it?
Yes, I got a doctor to come out of charity.
God help him. Look, we mustn't tell her. Not yet. Not all at once. Now, what did he say? The doctor, what did he say?
Meningeal fever, laceration, lesion of the something or other. You could have seen him lying there, just lying there. But you will, now. Right away, of course, we must go to him. He's all alone up there. If he tries to get up, he will. I know he will. Well, he just may...
Through the chapel. It's the shorter way.
Monsieur Lebray? Going off when I call him. Ragano. He must have been unusually pathetic. This last September day makes my old sorrow smile. It's as though April had grown to golden maturity. This fall is the fall of spring. A gentle end. The mirror to a gentle beginning. The old chair for my old friend.
The best chair in our parlor.
Thank you. So, the hour, the last stroke. This is strange. He was never late before. Oh, perhaps that nun who's always trying to convert him is trying again. He was never as late as this. He ought to be converted by now. These old, faded colors, so difficult to match. Late for the first time, Cyrano. In 14 years.
It's maddening, I know. Makes me mad. Forgive me, please. I was detained, I'm afraid.
Well?
By an unexpected visitor.
Was it a tiresome visitor?
Very tiresome.
Did you send him away?
Oh, for the time being, I said, you must excuse me. Today is Saturday, and on Saturdays I have a regular engagement. Do me the favor of returning in an hour or so.
You'll have to wait some time. I shan't let you go before dark.
It's just possible, I'm afraid. I may have to go a little before it's dark. My apologies.
You're neglecting your duties, Cyrano. here's someone waiting to be teased.
Oh, yes, come here, sister. Ho, ho, ho. You of the beautiful downcast eyes. I have something to confess. I ate meat yesterday. Isn't that terrible?
Terrible. And as a penance, you must come to the refectory later and have a nice big bowl of bouillon.
I'll be there.
You're becoming quite reasonable, monsieur.
Oh, at last, you've broken his obstinate soul. Now's the time to convert him.
Oh, no. No, that's something I mustn't do.
True. And something you have never in all these years tried to do. Astonishing. But now, sister, I am going to astonish you. I am going to let you pray for me.
Look at her.
Tonight at Vespers.
Struck absolutely dumb. You forget, monsieur, one beauty of this profession. I don't have to ask for your permission before I pray for you.
The year unweaves her tapestry. Look at them.
Such colour. Perfect Venetian red. They'll be falling fast soon.
They fall well, with a sort of panache. They plume down in their last loveliness, disguising their fear of being dried and pounded into ash to mix with the common dust. They go in grace, making their fall appear like flying.
You sound melancholy today.
Me? Oops, never. I'm not the melancholy sort.
Very well, then. You let the leaves of autumn fall, while you turn the leaves of my Gazette. What's new at court?
Oh, let me see. Saturday the 19th, His Majesty was ill after too much preserved ginger. 8 helpings, to be precise. The court's decree was that it was high treason, so to injure the royal viscera, so there and then the offending ginger was condemned to death, and the royal pulse slowed to normal again. What next? Oh, yes, Sunday the 20th. A bishop went to heaven. Or so we're told. There's been as yet no report of his arrival. Madame Datis's dog, a sort of canine Madame Datis, was given an enema.
Monsieur de Bergerac, that will do.
Monday, the 21st, nothing. Ligdemir has a new lover.
Oh?
Tuesday, the 22nd, the entire court removed to Fontainebleau. Wednesday, the Comte de Fiesque unequivocally beckoned to Madame de Montglat. It is believed she said no. Thursday, La Mancini was Queen of France. Oh, very nearly. Friday, during a dance, Madame de Montglat, so the rumors go, said yes. Saturday.
Cyrano!
Well, no, it's nothing. It's nothing. It's just my old wound from Arras. It likes to sting sometimes.
Poor dear friend.
No, it will go soon. There. It's gone.
We all have our wounds. Mine's here, on yellowing paper.
Didn't you once say one day you'd let me read it?
Do you want to? Really want to?
Yes. Today. Now.
Take it.
I may open it?
Open it. Read it.
Goodbye, Roxane. For this is the last time I shall be able to write.
Aloud?
I have to die sometime today. My beloved, how heavy my heart is. It is heavy, too, with so heavy a burden of love, untold, unguessed at, unprospected gold from love's new world. Not to be mined, for now the time for its blazing, burning is all gone. Nevermore shall my eyes kiss the sight of you, the flight of your gestures. I think now of one, that way you have of pushing back a strand of gold from your brow with so delicate a hand, and my heart wants to cry out. Now I can only cry. Goodbye, my dearest. Goodbye, my angel, my heart's treasure, my one love.
Voice, I know I am not hearing for the first time, speaking such words.
Never, for 1 second, has my heart been absent from your presence. Now, as the night deepens, and the shadows of the next world start to close in on me, I shall be that one whose love, raging and blushing like the sun that outlives us all, will live on and on, beyond the sun's limits.
For all of 14 years, you've played the role of the old friend. Affectionate, droll, but never one hint of...
Roxane.
So it was you.
Oh, no. Roxane, no, no.
I might have known each time you spoke my name.
Not I. Oh, no.
It was you.
Roxane, I swear.
I see through it all now. That generous imposture, the letters.
No.
It was you.
No.
It was always you, the mad, dear, foolish words,
No.
the voice in the night.
Upon my honor.
It was all and always you.
I never loved you.
You loved me.
It was he who loved you.
Even now you love me.
No, no, my dear love. I never loved you.
For all of 14 years, while you stayed silent, you knew that his letter was stained with your tears, not...
His blood, though. Stained by his blood.
And you never said, never hinted, never once. Why do you break silence now?
Oh. Because...
This will be your last madness. How could you be so He's here, he's here.
Yes, indeed he is here.
You must know, madam, that he's killed himself to come to you today.
My God, that faintness. I wondered...
Yeah, I'm sorry. I rudely interrupted my gazette. Saturday the 26th, an hour before dinner, Monsieur de Bergerac was foully, ignobly murdered.
Cyrano? Cyrano, what have they done to you?
At Arras, I said I wanted to depart with honourable steel piercing my heart and a piercing epigram upon my lips. That's what I said. Fate's a great buffoon. Look at me. Ambushed. Taken in the rear, in a gutter for a battlefield. My heroic foe, a scullion. His weapon, a mere firelog. Oh, Ragueneau, fellow poet. Oh, cease your sobs. Tell me what you're writing these days.
Nothing. I just do menial tasks for Molière.
Oh, Molière.
But I'm leaving the swine tomorrow. Yesterday, they played his new comedy, Scapin. He's stolen a whole scene from you.
That's true. The one with the great line. Que diable allait-il faire dans cette galère?
I could murder him.
George, he does well. I gather his play's a success.
Your scene was a success. Oh, they laughed. And laughed.
Gentlemen, take down this truism in your commonplace books. Molière has genius. Christiane had good looks. Oh, they're going into prayers. Nymphs in your orisons, etc.
Sister?
No, don't go. When you come back, I may not be here. A little defunctive music, that's all I need now.
You must live. I love you.
No, don't say that. That doesn't come into the story. When the princess said, I love you, to the enchanted prince who was a toad or something, all his ugliness melted away under the sunlight of those words. But as you see, I'm still the same.
How can I ever forgive myself? It is I who have done this to you.
Let no shred of blame cling to your silk. I never had much acquaintance with the sweetness of woman. My mother didn't like what she produced. I had no sister. Later, in manhood, I learned to fear the mistress with mockery in her eye. But God bless you for this, forever and ever. I have had one friend different from the few others. A friend in a silken gown in my life.
There's another friend.
Oh, yes, I see her.
I never loved but one man in my life, and now I must lose him twice.
The pray I shall mount soon to that open-line presence. Plunge in that crystalline river or lake of light without a lunar machine or astral rocket.
What are you saying?
The moon. There are great names up there. Other friends. Socrates. Plato. Galileo.
No, I won't have it. It's stupid. It's unjust. Such a poet, such a great heart, such a man, to die like this.
There he goes growling, my old Père Le Bray.
Oh, my dear.
We are the Gascony Cadets. Captain, I forget. It's a matter of the constitution of the primordial mass, eh? The quidditas of the hic, eh?
You're delirious.
Oh, the testimony of Copernicus is worth considering on that particular point.
Oh, no.
Que diable allait-il faire dans cette galère? What the devil was he going to do there? Philosopher and scientist, poet, musician, duelist, and voyager through space. A sort of controversialist whose wit kept to a charted track but sped at a great pace. A lover, too, who seemed to lack the luck in love of other men. Here lies Hercule Savonian de Cyrano de Bergerac. Nothing. Everything. Nothing again. Now, sunk without trace.
I am sorry. I must leave you. I can't stay. That lunar shaft is waiting to carry me away. I would not ask
that you mourn any the less that good, brave Christian, blessed with handsomeness. But when the ultimate cold licks at my heart and sniffs my bones, perhaps you might impart a double sense to your long obsequies.
and make those tears which have been wholly his. Mine. Just a little mine.
Love. My only love.
No. No, not here. Not sitting down. No.
No, let nobody help me! Nobody! He's coming! Already I feel myself being shod in marble, gloved in lead. Well, let him come. He shall find me on my feet, my sword in my hand. There he is! Looking at me, grinning at my nose. Who is he, the grin, that noseless one, all bone? What's that you say? Useless? Useless? You have it wrong, you rattling nothingness! You see, a man fights for far more than the mere hope of winning. Better, far better, to know that the fight is totally, irreparably, incorrigibly in vain. Who are you? Who are you all there? 100 against... Oh, no, 1,000! I recognize every one of you. All my old enemies. Falsehoods! Compromise! Prejudice! Cowardice! You ask for my surrender? Oh, no, never. No, never, never. Are you there too, stupidity? You, above all the others, perhaps, were predestined to get me in the end. But no. No! I'll fight on! Fight on! Fight on! You take everything. The rose and the laurel, too. Take them and welcome. But in spite of you, there is one thing that goes with me when tonight I enter my final lodging, sweeping the bright stars from the blue threshold with my salute. A thing unstained, unsullied by the brute, broken nails of the world, by death, by doom, unfingered. See it there! A white plume over the battle. A diamond in the ash of the ultimate combustion. My panache!